You're watching the Fox 8 10 o'clock news with Neill McNeill, Katie Nordine, and Max Weather Chief Meteorologist Van Denton.
Tomorrow morning will mark a milestone in the history of Forsyth County. At 11 o'clock, the doors will open at the brand new $27 million Central Library.
It'll also mark a milestone in the career of our newsmaker tonight. Sylvia Sprinkle-Hamlin has worked for the county's library system for 38 years, the last 17 years as director. She's come a long way from growing up in Tobaccoville and graduating both Carver High School and Winston-Salem State, but her love of libraries and reading has never wavered.
That everyone is welcome.
And walk through the front doors of the new Forsyth County Central Library. You'll see how welcoming it is. The atrium gives you a look at the expansiveness of the building's 3 floors and 103,000 square feet. And with windows occupying practically every wall, it's one of the brighter libraries you'll see. Library director Sylvia Sprinkle-Hamlin wouldn't have it any other way.
People will come here, they'll have their coffee, they'll use their computers, they'll keep up with everything that's happening in their lives. So we've made this a community living room.
And like most living rooms, comfort is important. The Forsyth Reading Room on the top floor even has a simulated fireplace on the west wall. So is a respect for history. You see, this place was built on the site of R.J. Reynolds' 5th Street mansion, which the Reynolds family donated to the city. On this lot in the early 1950s, the county built its Central Library, where it would remain until 2014, when much of it was demolished to make way for this new structure. Paid for primarily with money from a $40 million bond referendum voters approved in 2000, this place has the space and updated technology like these self-checkout kiosks the old library didn't have. Does the fact that I can download and read books on one of these, does that concern you?
No, it doesn't.
Really? It doesn't? You don't consider this competition?
No, I don't.
Why?
That's just a tool.
Oh, okay. Talk to me about that.
We also specialize in information, and a lot of information that you find on those tools may not always be the right information. So we can give you the right information, and then you can make your decisions. Maybe 5 years ago, they were saying that the library would no longer exist and people would not read. Our circulation has gone up. That doesn't mean libraries can rest on their laurels. Forsyth County used focus groups to learn what the community wanted in its new library. Out of that came what'll be a coffee, sandwich, treat-serving cafe on the first floor. Teen Central, featuring Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch gaming systems, as well as a green screen for video production. A makerspace where people will be able to create, experiment, and build things. A computer learning center where the library will hold classes on, among other things, how to use computers. Not to mention a technology room where anyone with a library card will be able to sit in front of a terminal and surf the web. And then there's one of the library's most distinguishing features, a rooftop terrace. We wanted people to come out, sit, relax, read, use their computer, and view the lovely scenery of North Carolina. Scenery that should include, when the leaves fall off the trees, views of Pilot Mountain. Mix all that in with traditional library services and sections like the high-tech interactive children's area with interesting seating. I like that. And a large North Carolina room with everything from books to census maps to Winston-Salem journal archives, and the main collection room on the 3rd floor with its shelves and quiet sitting areas. You have a place that meets every need and more, including the nearly 300-seat auditorium that can be used for library and community programs, and even a commercially equipped kitchen to prepare meals and hold cooking workshops. We give people what they want. You know, sometimes we feel like we know what they need, but really we want to give them what they want, what they're asking for. And so we stay on top of what's most important to them. If Sylvia Sprinkle-Hamlin looks familiar to you, she also volunteers as the board chair and executive producer of the National Black Theater Festival, which her late husband Larry Leon Hamlin created in 1989. Again, the grand opening of that new Forsyth County Central Library is set for 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. It is on 5th Street in downtown Winston-Salem.